Hey you guys, it's me again, and now I'm going to show you what I'm doing with my third grader for homeschool this year. We have made probably the biggest changes with his curriculum, but I feel like some of the struggle areas we have really finally kind of worked out, and so it is a huge blessing and I'm so happy. So to start with, for him, when we start our one-on-one learning time every day, we start with reading we just read one section from the Bible. If it's a short section, he reads it out loud. If it's a long section, we take turns reading, and we are in Acts right now, and this just gives us a chance to read God's word and talk about it a little bit. And so we do that to start. And for his language arts, we're kind of jimmy rigging a little bit, basically, but not as much as I've had to in the past done before. So my third grader is very advanced in some areas of language arts, like spelling and composition, vocabulary, grammar, those things, but he struggles with writing, fine motor skills, just the fine motor skills part, and he also to handwriting, and actually writing things down is difficult for him. And he also struggles a little bit with reading, although he is really beginning to take off in that, so that is exciting. So we are using, this is Language Arts 3 from Winter Promise, which I love. I printed it off. There's an option to order it or print it off. I really recommend printing it off because it takes a long time to get the print version to you. Trust me, I know from experience. So if you can print what you need, definitely do that option. But this is all kind of a story told from the perspective of a dog, and he is telling about the people and the things around him, and he can't write, so you're helping him actually write the stuff so that he can, share what it is that he's learning and all of that. So it's a really cute setup. My son really likes it. And the way that it is set up here, I'm going to show you the schedule real quick, a sample, so that you can see how we adapt it. And I'm not going into depth. If you want to see these programs in depth, I'm totally happy to show you. Just let me know. But here you can see up here at the top, it's got grammar, the grammar assignments, which are mostly in the workbook, which is part of this. And there's some writing assignments as well. And then it's got spelling and vocabulary, which are two separate programs that you can purchase. And then it's got reading. And Winter Promise is a lot of their curriculum, think of it like Sunlight or kind of like My Father's World. It's an all-inclusive program. And so they have their language arts so that depending on which program you're doing, it gives you the reading assignment that goes with that. But instead, what we're doing all the grammar from up here. I'm not really concerned about vocabulary for my son because his vocabulary is completely massive, so we're just not doing that right now. And his spelling and his reading, we are actually doing a different language arts program from Winter Promise. This is a few levels down, and this is a phonics and reading program, and it has writing in here. We're not doing any of the writing assignments from this. Those all come from our grammar. And I'm just kind of combining the two. So in this program, wherever there's reading or spelling, we're using this. This is Frolic in the Forest, which is short stories to chapters. And this is a reader with the workbook included. So let's see if I can find, okay, so we have, why am I not finding it? Let me just open it this way. So there's a story that you read, and it's a continuing story. And so you read this story part, and the way that we do this is I'll read 2 paragraphs, and we started out, I would read a paragraph, he would read a paragraph, but now we're up to I'll read 2 and he'll read 2, and we'll kind of increase that slowly. But you read the story part, and then you have activities that you do that reinforce comprehension, that reinforce the phonics, the phonograms that you're working on, the word parts, and all of that. And it's just all in line. And the cool thing about this is my son went from really hating reading to begging to do more. He doesn't ever want to stop. So that's really, really good for us. So this has been a good switch for us. This it teaches phonics very similarly to how Logic of English, which is what we had been using, teaches them in that it teaches all the sounds for a phonogram at one time, and it teaches similarly, which is very different. It teaches very differently than many phonics programs, but it's the same as what we have been learning. And so I just kept from our Logic of English program, I kept the quick guides to all the rules, and we're still applying those same rules. It crosses over very well with this program, and it's been really good for us. This also comes with games to play to reinforce the concepts as well. And we don't always do the games because the age that this is geared towards is a little bit lower than him, and so some of them he doesn't like, some of them he feels like are a little bit babyish, so we skip those, and we do the ones that he likes, and he is just doing really well. So we're just going through this at his own pace, and we'll just go through the levels until he's really fluently and solidly reading, and then in that case we will drop this and just keep going with this. So that is what we are doing for his language art for right now. And for his math, again, we are just still going through math lessons for a living education. He is about halfway through level 3 right now, maybe a little more than halfway through. We're taking lots of breaks though to play extra games to try and work on math facts, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division facts. I don't expect him to master them, but the more that he does, the better he'll be, so the easier math will be. So we're just kind of taking this at his pace. If it takes us all year to finish the rest of it, that's fine. If we finish the rest of it in a couple months, that's fine too. I'm just really going at his pace with it. And just like with my first grader, if you saw that video, the only change in math is that I realized that this is really kind of enough. So we do this and we play games on Friday, and other than that, I don't really add anything to the math unless we have fun read aloud books that go with it, in which case we will do that as well. And here's Lily, she's joining us for the end of this video. So that is pretty much what we are doing for him. Also, we are reading as kind of a reward once he finishes his work. The two of us together are reading through the Chronicles of Narnia, and we're reading it with this book. I'll pick one or two of the things for each chapter to talk about, like one of the spiritual lessons or spiritual things, and we'll just kind of discuss it in kind of a laid back way. Mama. Yeah, you see Mama on there? And so that has been something that he's really enjoying, and it's just something special that we can do together. Obviously Lily's not quite old enough for Chronicles of Narnia yet, and my first grader's not really ready, so we're doing that. And the last thing that we do for his homeschool is he had finished ABC Mouse, and I didn't know what to do because ABC Mouse was so good for him, and I wanted something similar for him to do. But it turns out that week that I was looking, Adventure Academy came out. So he has been enjoying Adventure Academy, and that has been really good for him learning some of the same types of stuff. And so that is the last thing that we add to our homeschool. So that is what we're doing. And if you have any questions, or if you want to see inside any of the curriculums that I've mentioned anymore, or want a more in-depth look, let me know, and I'm happy to show you. And otherwise, that's pretty much it for today. Lily, can you say bye-bye? Bye. We'll talk to you later. Bye.